So, hello everybody. In this video, we are going to talk about the rules of creating identifiers in Java. So, in the basic thing, we will have to understand what are identifiers. So, I have already discussed that identifier is some name that we assign in our program. That name can be the name of some class, interface or enum. It may be the name of some function or a method. It can be the name of some variable or a constant. So, any name that you are going to assign, here we are going to follow certain rules and conventions. So, let us understand, whenever you are going to create any identifier, can you use any character here? So, the answer is no. Only some limited set of characters are allowed to create the identifier in case of Java. And if you do not follow those character sets, then it will give you some compilation error, right. So, let us understand what are the allowed character set in case of identifier in Java. So, 26 characters, lower case alphabets A to Z, you can use any character in the lower case. Similarly, A to Z, any character in the upper case. So, total of 52 characters. Then we have the digits. So, all the 10 digits are allowed, 0 to 9, all the digits are allowed that you can use in the identifier. Plus, there are two special characters which are allowed while creating the identifier. You cannot use any other special character. This is very important. So, only two characters which are allowed, special characters. One is dollar and the second one is underscore. And only these two characters are allowed because they have their own meanings, right. So, dollar symbol is used to indicate that this is a nested class or interface. Whenever you will create a class inside a class, so nested class name is given as the name of outer class, dollar name of nested class. So, dollar generally represents the nested class. Similarly, underscore is given in the character set as a special characters to create some visibility. As I have already said that there is no other special character is allowed, it means space is also not allowed in case of identifier. If you create something like this, if you write something like this, class my space program, so this is a compilation error. This is not allowed. Why? Because space is not a valid character. This my space program is an invalid identifier and this program will not compile. So, if you want to create a visibility here, generally when you write something, so space is used to create a visibility. So, that is why if you want to create something like this, so you can use here my underscore program. This is the reason of providing underscore as a special character in your identifier, right. Apart from this, any other special character is not allowed. You cannot use hyphen, you cannot use comma, you cannot use percentage, you cannot use ampersand, no other special character is allowed. So, these are the total of 60, how many character sets? 26 plus 26 plus 10, 64 plus 2, 66. The total of 66 characters are there from where you can create any identifier. But there are certain restrictions. You can create any combination from these characters to create any identifier, but there are some restrictions. So, what are those restrictions? There is only one important restriction, is that any identifier must not start with a digit. This is the only restrictions where the compiler will give you compilation error. In other cases, these are not as such restrictions, but there are certain consequences. So, we will discuss all these things here. It means I can create an identifier something like this. Let us say I have to create an int variable, so I can create int a1. A is a lowercase character, 1 is a digit. This is correct. Int a1 is okay, right? But if I create here int 1a, so this int 1a is not allowed because it is starting with a digit, and any identifier must not begin with a digit, right. So, this is the rule for creating the identifiers. Now, I am giving you certain identifiers and you have to check whether it is allowed or not. Try to compile with your compiler and see what kind of message you are getting for these kind of identifiers. So, let us take certain identifiers and try to understand whether it is valid or invalid. So, first one is that you can check here is $1. Second one is underscore a b. Third one is only underscore, means you can create something like this, int $1, int underscore ab, int underscore. Fourth one is, what if you create something like this, int dollar, what if you create something like this, int dollar underscore. So, try to compile these 5 identifiers one at a time. Don't write all together, just try to take one, check what is going to happen, then take the other, check what is happening, and so on. So, you will come to know about several things which are new. So, that is all about the identifiers. Thank you.